Hello, y'all. Today is actually Friday, but I've been waiting. I've been waiting patiently, and so have y'all, for the news of Nico Iamaleava and Dante Thornton. Mainly Nico Iamaleava. Dante Thornton are very important. But the question of the week was if Nico Iamaleava was playing. And for anyone that does not know, he will. And Dante will too. So we got our boys together, and we're heading down to Georgia. Not far trip away. But we're heading down to Georgia, and we're playing the most important road game of Heupel's career. Actually, second. Because the most important one was 2022 against Georgia. This one, though, is right up there. And if anyone says that one was not more important, you don't understand the hype that game had. And we fell through because guess what? Our offense didn't really hit that day. And we had our opportunities, but we had too many false starts. And the problem with Tennessee, with Heupel, is not really even been defense. I mean, historically, I would say our biggest problem overall was our ability to win on the road. He's not had a positive record on the road in either of his seasons. He went 2-2 in that year, then we went 11-2. It's crazy, right? 10-2 in the regular season. He was only 2-2 in the road. Last year, 1-3. First year, 2-2. This year, I believe he's 1-1. I think, yeah. So it's iffy right now, and we lost Arkansas. Like, it's Arkansas out of all teams. You got Georgia though, and this year's Georgia team does not look as good as the past 4 years. The past 3 years have been though since Heupel's got there. They really don't look as good, and they don't have Trevor Etienne either. They'll be rocking with Nate Frazier and Cash Jones. That'll be interesting to see. Tennessee's stopping of the run ability is phenomenal, so I'm not even concerned about that. Again, it's a night game, it's a blackout. I understand that. But Nico Iamaleava in this offense, I believe, can get something going, but we're not going to win this game by our offense. This is going to be a lot more like the Bama game. We're going to need to get stops, and we probably need a turnover, multiple turnovers in the process. And it's not like Carson Beck doesn't do it, and it's not like we're going to have to worry about Kirby Smart benching the guy. Because Kirby Smart doesn't bench his quarterbacks. He almost never does. And if he does, it's a horrible situation. Like, they're hurt. Like, whenever he had Fromm there in 2018? Fields was right behind him. They never played him. Like, the only time they ran him was on a fake punt in the SEC Championship, which was a horrible call. I mean, I lost him the game. Like, trying that, but again, Kirby Smart, when it comes to quarterbacks, usually not the best. He got really lucky with Stetson Bennett. He's a lot better than a lot of people appreciate him for. Anyways, Dylan Sampson, leading running back in the SEC in rushing touchdowns, best running back in the country, in my opinion. Again, you might say Ashton Jeanty. Put him up against this defense, the defenses that we've had to play. I doubt he gets with the same thing. Granted, switched offensive lines around. I'm not even sure what happens. But Sampson is 20 touchdowns. This guy's a beast. He's going to have to get it going. First of all, he can't fumble. Second of all, he's got to get it going some. I don't think he'll be getting going much. I really don't. We have a lot of struggles running the ball against Georgia. Like, we had that big run last year with Jalen Wright. Nothing else has happened in the past 3 years positive running the ball against Georgia. I don't really think that's going to change much. Some, yes. I think Sampson will get a touchdown. But I really don't think we're just going to run through them. I know like this year they've been a little more lenient. But, like, it's Georgia. Kirby Smart, ever since Juwan Jennings and Dobbs had their touchdown to win the game, Kirby Smart has specifically wrote out every single year, marked off the calendar saying, we have to kill them. And they have. But this year would make up for all 7 years in a row that we have lost to them. And again, my hatred for Georgia, for the top three, right? We have a top three. If you don't know Tennessee football well, which I'm kind of surprised, or SEC football, there's a scale of teams that we hate. You have Vandy, you have Kentucky, they're kind of at the bottom. You hate them in certain things, like basketball or baseball. Football-wise, for me, in general, it's Florida, Bama, Georgia. I don't think anyone would give anyone else. Florida's up here, then Bama, then Georgia's kind of down here. Why? Because my first experiences with both those top teams were horrific, especially the Florida one being 2015 Antonio Callaway. And then the other one, Bama, was 2016, 49-10 at home, top 10. We got beat by 39. Now, and my first Georgia experience was watching Nick Chubb break his leg, which was not good. And then, yeah, the other stuff happened. Phenomenal game. Somehow Butch Jones won. The only way Butch Jones could win a game at home against a ranked team is if Mark Richt's a coach on the other side. So that's what happened. I got really lucky. And the following year, craziest two-place change around in the history of football. Anyways, back to this, though. I think the only Rams are going to have to do somewhat good. But, again, I think our defense will win us these games. I believe our Nico's going to have to play good. He'll have to hit some of those deep balls. He doesn't have to hit all of them. He hit 2. He actually just hit 1 against Alabama. And that kind of just separated us a bit. He might have to hit 3. I'm counting 3. But it's not like he doesn't have opportunity. He went like 1 for 6 against Bama. And he arguably made the most difficult throw of them all, which is Roland Wright having to throw a dot over the corner. And does it to perfection. So he can do it. It's just get him flowing. Get him flowing. Don't make him overthink everything. Sometimes he will. He's a young quarterback or something. Oh, he's that open. Let me just not underthrow it. And by doing that, he overthrows it. So he can't be doing all that and expect us to win. No. He's going to have to hit him, which I think he will. And Thornton's going to help out with that. Brew's going to have to be big. And something we saw of Ole Miss, that one, you're going to have to be able to kick field goals. Max Rice could have a good day. I mean, that guy for Ole Miss, it was like, what was his name last time? Like Davis or something like that? Went 5 for 5. Beautiful. Max Wright started getting going against Mississippi State. He made like 4 kicks. We're going to need those. We need like probably 3 of y'all. Because they're good at stopping teams in the red zone. Around that area. You got to be able to make field goals. You got to be able to score consistently. This defense for ours, I'll trust it. I don't think they'll get over 25. I really don't. They might break 20. They'll be the first team to do it. And if they don't do it, I don't know who will. Unless if Vandy just does it, or UTEP. But, yeah. If they don't do it, I'm not sure who will. Now, how the way this offense has played recently, it's not much. And you look at the game against Texas. Their offense kind of sucked. But they had the ball in such good field position because of their defense being phenomenal. And Texas being a bit overrated. So, that happened. And they just got the ball like in the side of the 30. And even then, they still struggled to score. I've returned. I had to blow my nose. So, I'm back now. Anyways. Yeah, this Georgia defense. It's going to be interesting to see how this plays out. Because they can't get after the quarterback. But I believe the crowd will make a huge difference. That's why I need the running game to be good enough. But again, one thing you've learned in football, defense travels. That's huge. That's how the Big Ten's played. Defense travels. That's how games are won. Like especially the old Bama games and down to Death Valley. Their offense does enough, but your quarterback doesn't need to win any of those games. Your defense has to. Like, that's how stuff is won in SEC a lot of times on the road. Defense has to make some plays. Offense has to do enough. And that can happen. We saw that happen to Bama. Kind of happened to Florida. Again, those weren't road games. We don't perform well on the road. I don't remember having like a road win that was like, yeah, that was big. Outside of Oklahoma this year. And we kind of saw Oklahoma's played out. They're not really that good. So, actually not good at all. But still a big win, of course. But, checking that out. This offensive line for Georgia, I don't trust. I trust this defensive line for Tennessee phenomenally. We're the best in the country in the defensive line. And our Jermon McCoy and Boo Carter are phenomenal cover corners. The linebackers will be good. I trust this team. Will Brooks, get an interception, baby. This game will come down to Carson Beck. Can Beck turn it on? Or will he be off the entire night? Other thing. False starts and offsides for Tennessee. Whenever we went down there last time, you sucked at false starts. Every other play was a false start. Can't be doing that. Down in Arkansas, we got behind the chains a lot. Then it unleashed their pass rushers, and they went after us. Can't let that happen. You got to get stops. But you also got to just not back yourself up offensively. You can't do that. Our defense is going to get stops. I promise you, they will. But what I can't promise you is that Lance Hurd and Campbell will not have bad plays. Sometimes that just stuff happens. And they can't be doing that. That stuff just can't happen this week. And hopefully we found a rhythm recently. Drop over 30 at Mississippi State, which is Mississippi State. They suck defensively, but yeah. We know how both these teams are. I think this game's going to be kind of close. I think Georgia will do enough to keep it close. I think Tennessee will do enough to keep it close. But without Etienne, with how Beck's played in clutch moments, Beck will put the ball in harm's way a bit more than Nico will. And we've seen that. I got Tennessee winning. I think they'll make enough plays. I think their defense, when they need to, will make a bigger play than Georgia's defense will. I'm not saying Georgia won't make a bigger play, big plays, but they might get a sack, but Tennessee will force a fumble. Something like that. I got Tennessee winning. I got this game being 24-20. Let's go Vols. Need this. If you win it, we're in the playoff. And we're also on the road to Atlanta. If you lose this game, we have to win out, probably very convincingly, and hope some teams mess up. Hope you have a great day, y'all. Stay safe. And remember, God bless y'all. And first of all, go Vols.